Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney, and today I'd like to talk to you about the importance of filing your appeal of any denial from Social Security in a timely manner and how to do it. You see, when you apply for disability, whether it's by phone or online or even in person, your case will be sent to an adjudicator, essentially a claims adjuster, for evaluation. They'll request medical records and they'll have it looked at by a medical consultant, and they'll make a decision. And this process can take 3, 4, 5 months. And with the decline in personnel at Social Security, we're starting to see these initial application evaluations take 4 or 5 months. And then you get a letter, essentially a form letter from Social Security, boilerplate that has all this verbiage in it, essentially that says that we've evaluated your condition and we've decided that you're not disabled. And if you want to appeal, you can do so, and it talks about that a little bit. The problem is it doesn't give you a lot of information about how to appeal, what form to use, exactly what to do. And it also will say you have 60 days from the date on this letter to file the appeal. And it's a little confusing, because what does that mean? Is it the date on the letter? Is it the date you received it? Exactly what do you do? So let me try to clarify this for you. First of all, that 60-day deadline is really important. So if you get a denial notice on the 15th of the month, you have 60 days from the date you received that denial notice, which could be 4 or 5 days, and they assume 4 or 5 days in mailing. So you need to have it done within essentially 65 days. Now, I don't wait 65 days. I think that's really not a smart thing to do. I use the date on the letter as sort of my deadline. So if I have an extra couple of days, that's buffer. But generally, I will use the actual date on the letter. I can also tell you that there are plenty of times that the letter is mailed out and the postmark on the letter is more than 5 days. I've seen cases where, I had one case I remember where the denial notice was issued January 22nd, for example, and the letter was mailed out on March 5th. Well, that's almost the entire 60 days, but again, if you didn't pay attention to that, you'd think, well, okay, I got 60 days from the date I got this, and theoretically you do, but the date on the letter is such where you're really taking a big risk, and in that case we had to have our client start all over again, because we appealed the denial notice on a non-timely filing, and Social Security said, sorry, we sent it out, we think you received it before then, even though they didn't. So again, this is one of these things where you look at the date on the letter, and that's what I would say is my 60 days. And you also, as far as getting the forms, we have them in the office, of course, but they don't give you a copy of the forms when you get them, get the denial notice online or in the mail. So you need to go to the Social Security website if you don't have an attorney and get the request for reconsideration, if it's a reconsideration, the first appeal, and the reconsideration, the disability report, and some medical releases. So again, it's really unclear as to what you need. I will tell you though that in theory, if you send a one-page letter saying, I got my denial notice on such and such a date, I hereby appeal, I am disabled, that should be enough. Would I rely on that? Ideally, no, but that should be enough. I also can tell you that there are times when my client comes to us very, very late. It's literally the 64th day, and we don't have time to mail anything or do it online. I have done this where I will fax an appeal letter, a 2 or 3 sentence appeal letter to the local Social Security office and say, please let this be our appeal. And that has worked. Again, I wouldn't rely on that, but if you really find yourself in a pinch where you got to get something in, it's better than nothing. If you have to fax it into Social Security or hand deliver it to Social Security, get it stamped, the key is to get proof that you delivered something to them that says the word I appeal on it. And it could literally be 2 sentences or two words, I appeal the denial, and that should be enough. But it's really, really important to get that appeal in. If it's the first appeal, the reconsideration, to get that done. If it's reconsideration denial, you need to request a hearing, get that done. If it's a appeal of an unfavorable hearing decision, an appeal to the appeals council, all these things need to be done within 60 days. If you don't do it within 60 days, then basically you are out of luck. You can ask Social Security to give you you a waiver because of any number of reasons, but they can say no, and you have really no appeal on that denial of waiver. So you want to get it in as soon as you can. My feeling is if I get a denial notice on Tuesday, then by Wednesday, the appeal is filed. I don't want to wait. And I think that's the way you should look at it as well. So that's what you need to know generally about appeals. Ideally, use their forms, fill them out carefully and accurately. But if you don't have time for that, a one-sentence, two-word letter that's faxed or hand-delivered to them can be enough. Not something to rely on, but it can be enough. But that's what you need to know generally about filing appeals for your Social Security denial. Hope you found this helpful. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Jonathan Ginsberg, wishing you well. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the Survival Kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case, and a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.